This week's video, we're finally mounting the engine into the car and hopefully starting it. Stick around and let's see what happens. So, I'm not sure if you watched the last video or not, but we did mention that in order to get the engine mounted in the car, we have to pull the car out of the garage, then pull the engine out of the garage, then put the car back in to be able to get the engine round to the front, because that thing's heavy and I can't carry it on my own. So we've got the engine off the stand and onto the crane now, so I can fit the flywheel and the clutch. The plan today was actually to get the engine in the car. Unfortunately, someone forgot to order a spigot bearing. So, oh, that's lovely and clean in there. So this weekend is not going to be the one. But it will be in this video because magic of interwebs stuffs and things. So I will put the flywheel on, put the clutch on, and then the next clip you'll see will be dropping the engine in. But that is a week away for me, which is really frustrating. So yeah, right, for you, half a second has passed. For me, a whole week has passed. I now have the spigot bearing, which goes in here. And that houses the input shaft for the gearbox. So we can pop that in, make sure it fits. Yep, fits that. That may need a little bit of a clean up. Give me a sec. Okay, while that is in the freezer cooling down, because if you remember secondary school, or as you call it in America, high school science, things that are colder are smaller. Many jokes to be made. They've all been made, so I won't make any more jokes. But what else did I buy? I bought this. So this is a flywheel locking tool, and that's going to go in there and lock the flywheel basically. Hopefully it fits. Oh, I might be screwed. Well, fingers crossed it fits, and it locks the flywheel so I can actually torque up these bolts, which is where we left last week a few seconds ago. So while that's cooling down in the freezer, let's get this on. Right, that now should not move anywhere, which means we can now do 95 foot-pounds. Hopefully. It's a bit tricky actually with this floating. So if I get in here, ugh. There we go. For those of you wondering, this type of flywheel locking thingamajig that you can get from your Halfords or Amazon does actually fit the Duratec flywheel. Sort of. It's not perfect, but I had one tooth bound up and it did the job, and it hasn't damaged it. So we're rocking. We kind of align it by feel. Right, that's that all lined up. So The next step, I think, is to drop it in. This is where it gets exciting and tricky. Now follows about 2.5 hours of me wrestling with this engine, and then eventually called my mate round the corner, and between the two of us we managed to finagle it in, and it was a royal pain in the backside getting this lined up, because you've got to get the engine in, line it up with the input shaft of the gearbox, and line it up with the engine mounts. And 2 engine mounts in. That is a milestone. We've got the engine fully rebuilt and mounted in the car. Now I've got to remember where everything plumbs to. But yeah, we're there. Ah, does that go down and then that one comes up? Oh, I can't remember. I really can't remember which way round the water pipes go. I'm kind of thinking out loud here. But we'll get there. So yeah, next step is plumb everything in, I think. So yeah, let's crack on. We got fuel. Let's get the oil cooler sandwich plate plumbed in. Well, we have the access. That can stay there. Right, do we do exhaust? I think we do exhaust. Right, this is quite a tricky process, I'm not going to lie. Right, so there's that bit in. Now we want to get one of these in. Could probably do my Torx bit, but let's just get this in place with one stud. Okay, that's one stud holding. Right, the exhaust in. While we were at it, we had the crank position sensor and the breather. So next up, the water rail. Allen keys. Not Allen's keys, but Allen keys. Or as you say in America, Allen wrenches. Right, what do we need to do? The wideband sensor, that's easy enough. fill it with fluids, tighten up all my pipes. So I've got a breather pipe here. So I've got Jubilee clips basically. So that's my screwdriver. Bloody hate Jubilee clips. Right, what follows here is genuinely the first time I attempted to start the engine after rebuilding it. Okay, so we need a bit of a jump. So now we've got a jump pack attached. This is genuinely the second time I attempted to start the engine. So that horrible squealing was the idler pulley. The belt was on the outermost rib of it, and also it needed just a little bit of oil in it. So take that off here, move the pulley onto the inside rib, and then put some oil in it, and then we try again.
The night dissolves, strips away, a memory burns. Won't decay.
We got an engine. I'm surprised at how well it's running as well. We had a bit of a squeal from the idler pulley, pulled that apart, put some oil in the bearing, moved the belt to the rearmost so it's not trying to sort of pull it like that. And yeah, we've got a running engine, no knocks. So a little bit of a coolant leak here, a little bit of a coolant leak down there. I can deal with those. There's a tiny oil leak at the front, which I was aware might happen. Dipstick works, so that's a win. Yeah, we're finally there. It's taken a bit. It's what the engine blew up in Snetterton in August. We're now December the 21st, shortest day of the year. It wasn't far off the longest day of the year when the engine blew up. I'm so over the moon. We've got a working engine. Bear in mind it's on the tune with the standard cams, so it's not going to be pushing the horsepower that we want yet, but I'll get that booked in. Once I've made sure we've lost all oil leaks and everything, I'll probably drain the oil as well, check the oil filter, make sure we've got no crap in there, and then put another tub of oil in, new oil filter, and yeah, ready to send it. yeah, get it booked in for the rolling road. We seem to have no brake juice here, so that's interesting. Make sure we do that before the next race, and before I take it out anywhere even. Long time coming, but we have a working engine. What a beauty. See how fast she is on the track now. Thanks. Yeah, if you've liked this video and you haven't watched the rest, have a look at the playlist, watch it from the start. And if you've watched all of those, thank you very much. Make sure you subscribed. And we'll get on with the camper van conversion for my race van for the weekends. Still a few bits and bobs to do with this car before we go racing, but we're close now. Really close. Cheers. See you in the next video.